Hey Leaves, welcome to Vivid Vibration. My name is Christina. I hope that y'all are doing well. Leaves, I was like, oh, I'm GERD. What is happening? We have the self and the storm, the empty room, the father, the mountain, and the threshold. And I kind of get the feeling that there's just an idea that you've had a lot of, I feel like this is kind of like past energy, honestly. It's just this idea of not knowing where your value lies, feeling like you've been, held up really high, then dropped really low, and just really needing to isolate so that you can sort through, how is it that things have been happening that, that have left you feeling just completely, thrown in one direction and then thrown in another, right? Like, how did that happen? And I want to say, discovering your value along the way. I just get this idea of like sifting through sand to find gold, and I feel like that's what you've been doing, but internally concerning yourself. You know what I mean? Leaves. Okay, let's see what else. The Four of Swords, the Knight of Swords, the Moon, the Magician, and the Chariot. I feel like there's just an idea here of making a decision to lay the insecurities to rest, lay the uncertainty to rest, and trusting yourself. It's just kind of I feel like there's an idea here of just really gaining an understanding of if I would have just listened to myself in the first place, because I feel like this time of reflection, because of all of these, just pendulum experiences that you're having, or have had, have just left you feeling okay, where, again, where is my value? Figuring out where your value is and laying to rest the insecurity so that you can move forward and create what it is that you want. In part because it's when you know what materials you're working with, right? It's okay, well, if I know that I have, X, Y, and Z, then I can build this. And I feel like there's an idea of you being okay, well, I knew I had X, Y, and Z, but I didn't understand why it wasn't translating, right? Why it didn't seem to really, it seemed great as an idea, but not so much in practice. And I feel like there's an idea of now that you're understanding why it seemed great in theory but was terrible in practice, you're able to take that knowledge, those skills, those tools, and move towards creating something that you actually, the threshold is the idea of something completely different. And so I feel like there's an idea of now that you know what you're working with, you're able to build something that I think feels like a more solid foundation because of a genuine understanding of value. Okay, leaps. See what else we can get for y'all. Leaves. What? Okay. So we've got the Five of Swords, the Hermit, the Eight of Swords, the Nine of Swords. I just feel again, there's just a lot of needing to isolate, feeling nervous, feeling, this is trepidation, and, I've been burned before and I'm not going to get burned again. And, can I trust my emotions? And how do I, just all of this, storm type of energy of just feeling confused and not knowing which way is up. But I almost feel it's once you gain your bearings, you realize that you're the Nine of Cups is wish fulfillment. or I'm sorry, the Nine of Pentacles is wish fulfillment, satisfaction. The Three of Wands, this card especially, is the idea of family, but like creating something together. And maybe that's it. It's this idea of like if you can't co-create with people because, and then feeling like there's a lack of value in you, and then understanding your own value in a way that allows you to, I want to say, sift through the sand to find the gold of co-creation. Okay, leaves. Let's see what else we can get for y'all. There's just like, I feel like there's a lot of like negative cards here, which kind of, but also it makes sense because if you're considering moving forward, right, in any situation, it pulls it out. Like it pulls out every insecurity. It pulls out every, fear. My friend and I were talking about this the other night, and it's like the more you want something, the more you're afraid of it, right? We were talking about, we were going over like the Celtic cross spread in the tarot deck, and the second to last card is hopes and fears. And your hopes are always the exact same thing as your fears, right? Because you want something so badly. It's the one thing that you're afraid of the most. And I feel like there's just kind of been this idea of like wanting it so badly that it's the thing that you're afraid of the most. And then having to really like sort through all of that and understand it and gain your strength to move forward. The Fool is the idea of just like, fuck it, I'm going. Fuck it, I'm doing it. And really just like not letting yourself, I almost want to say like talk yourself out of it, but like moving forward quickly. I mean, this Knight of Swords comes with like an urgent message, there's a sense of urgency almost here, to really just like if I don't like just jump, you just gotta jump, and I feel like that's what you're doing. So I don't need to tell you that, but that's the message that's coming through in the cards. So there it is. All right, leaps. Yes, because I love this card because it's the idea of like home is where the heart is, right? And just this idea that like love is a journey, like it's a journey, it's not a destination, and yet, like while you're on this journey, you're creating a home. And I feel like there's just this movement towards, releasing the fear, releasing, any of those things, those hurdles that were just kind of like those internal hurdles, and like moving forward toward what it is that you desire. Leaves. Okay. I hope this resonates with y'all. Please give me a like, share, and subscribe if it does, and I will see y'all again soon.